choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 22, 2025. Today in history, on this day 301 years ago, German philosopher, writer, and founder of German classical philosophy, Immanuel Kant, was born. His influential works, such as Critique of Pure Reason, Critique of Practical Reason, and Critique of Judgment, have shaped modern philosophy. Kant, a key figure of the Enlightenment, synthesized rationalism and empiricism, leaving a lasting impact on Western thought. Welcome to today's Ching Chow Morning News. Let's start with political updates. Harvard's $2.2 billion grant frozen by Trump administration. According to the New York Times, Harvard University recently formally rejected the Trump administration's policy adjustment request. The Trump administration responded by announcing a decision to freeze $2.2 billion in funding to Harvard due to concerns about anti-Semitism on campus. Harvard is the first university to directly refuse the government's request. The university's lawyers wrote to federal agencies like the U.S. Department of Education, stating that neither Harvard nor any private university would allow itself to be taken over by the federal government. While some of the government's requests aim to combat anti-Semitism, most are seen as direct interference in Harvard's ideological environment. Japan's population declines by 550,000 last year. According to Bloomberg, Japan's Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications recently released population data showing that as of October 1, 2024, Japan's total population is about 123.8 million, a decrease of 550,000 from the previous year. This marks the 14th consecutive year of population decline. The data also revealed a decrease of 343,000 in the number of children, bringing the total to 13.8 million, which now makes up 11.2% of the population, setting a new low. Analysts highlight that this trend exacerbates Japan's labor shortage and, with a shrinking tax base, it will become increasingly difficult to fund Social Security. Germany may provide long-range missiles to Ukraine. According to Reuters, when German Chancellor-designate Merz was asked by German public broadcaster ARD whether Germany would provide Ukraine with Taurus missiles, he stated that he would consider it as part of a broader support package with European allies. Germany has been a key military supporter of Ukraine, providing around €7.1 billion in military aid last year. However, despite repeated requests from Kiev, Germany has not supplied Taurus missiles, which have a range of over 480 kilometers. In response, Kremlin spokesman Peskov said Merz's remarks suggest he advocates a tougher stance against Russia, which would inevitably escalate the situation between Russia and Ukraine. NVIDIA to produce $500 billion AI equipment in the U.S. According to Reuters, NVIDIA recently outlined its future plans, stating that it intends to produce AI servers worth up to $500 billion in the United States over the next 4 years, in collaboration with companies such as TSMC. NVIDIA emphasized that manufacturing AI chips and supercomputers in the U.S. could create hundreds of thousands of jobs over the coming decades. However, some analysts noted that most of NVIDIA's processors are currently manufactured in Taiwan, China. Without pressure from the Trump administration, they argue, NVIDIA would likely not have considered moving production to the U.S. They also expressed skepticism about the $500 billion investment, suggesting it is unlikely to be fully realized. Cause of Sewol ferry sinking determined. According to Yonhap News Agency, the Mokpo Regional Maritime Safety Court of South Korea recently ruled on the Sewol ferry capsizing accident, which occurred in 2014. The court determined that internal issues, such as steering gear failure, were responsible for the incident. IT revoked the qualifications of 5 individuals, including the captain, navigator, and engineer, and suspended the employment of 2 engineers and 1 navigator for 6 months to 1 year. On April 16, 2014, the Sewol ferry sank near Jindo County, South Jeolla Province, while en route from Incheon Port to Jeju Island. There were 476 people on board, including 325 high school students from Ansan Danwon Middle School. The incident resulted in 304 deaths, making it South Korea's deadliest maritime disaster. At the time, the captain and crew instructed passengers to remain in place via radio before escaping on a Coast Guard speedboat, preventing passengers from having a chance to survive, which led to public outrage. North American baby mattresses release toxic substances. According to CNN, a research team from a London university recently collected air samples from 25 infant bedrooms and detected over 20 harmful substances, including phthalates, flame retardants, and ultraviolet absorbers. Concentrations were particularly high near the beds. Further testing of 16 new mattresses confirmed that these products were the primary source of pollution. Simulation experiments showed that children's body temperature and weight accelerate the release of these toxic substances. Phthalates, found in food packaging, cosmetics, and children's toys, can cause irreversible damage to children's developing brains and bodies. Long-term exposure disrupts the hormone system. The tested mattresses, popular affordable brands from Canada, were made with raw materials from the US and Mexico, suggesting the research may apply to the entire North American market. Blue Origin executes first all-female astronaut mission. According to Lianhe Xiaobao, American pop queen Katy Perry, along with 5 other women, recently boarded a Blue Origin rocket and completed an 11-minute space flight. This mission marks the first all-female spaceflight in over 60 years. In addition to Katy Perry, the passengers included American CBS anchor Gayle King and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' fiancée, Sanchez. Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket is designed for paying passengers, offering a short space journey that takes them to the edge of space for a brief experience of weightlessness before returning to Earth. According to Chihua Daily, New York gold was recently quoted at $3,282.45 per ounce, marking a 1.3% increase. That's all for today's Qing Chao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.